Hi there, welcome back. Let's take a look at the indices and check out how they have performed and the outlook for the upcoming week. So let's start off with the Dow. We have quite a fairy tale ending for the US market. As you can see, the Dow went according to plan as it broke up from its double bottom formation and a strong closing on Friday. So if we follow through, we should be able to see it goes to its target at 32,240, which is very near to this resistance. And we have a good chance to see this resistance high get tested as well. So overall, the Dow's performance throughout the week is not so bad for the US market. In the S&P 500 and Nasdaq also not too bad on Friday, so the closing was good, like I mentioned. So you can see on the weekly chart, before I move on to S&P 500 and Nasdaq, it has a confirmation for this inverted hammer here, which is also a bullish harami pattern as well. So we have a good chance to see next week turn out to be a bullish week. Next, let's take a look at S&P 500. No doubt it's not as strong as Dow. We still see a chance for it to move up to test this 3,807 resistance. Of course, especially it must break up from this resistance at 3,762. So throughout the week, S&P 500 was struggling to move up higher. No doubt there are good results from the banks. The market were cheering their results, but the higher treasury yield during the week hamper the movement. But Friday, the market somehow, in Hokkien, I call it, hood down the treasury yield. So we have this rebound towards this resistance at 3,762. So a breakout from there and retest this 3,807. We have the double bottom. So let's draw again. Let's have the pencil. So we have this very nice bottom over there, and hopefully it can really turn out to be a trend of a change of trend for the S&P 500. Looking at the weekly chart, we have some bottoming actions over here. Especially, you can see this inverted hammer come the bullish harami, which is similar to the Dow. And what we need is a breakup from the high, and then we have a good November and December ahead. Okay, now let's take a look at Nasdaq. We have Nasdaq comparing to S&P 500 and the Dow Jones is not as strong, but it's still a good closing on Friday. And the resistance to clear right now is, or rather to test and clear right now, is 10,973. So if Nasdaq can move higher, we have a chance to see more upside. So next week will be a crucial week for the Nasdaq because there are some big tech counters announcing result, which we're going to go through later on. Let's move on to Asia. STI completely dead. No doubt it's a long weekend. It's a short week ahead for STI. But then it is unbelievable that the STI Singapore market has a heavy sell-off. Most of the stocks breaks its major support, and you can see STI breaks down its downtrend channel, and then heading for this 2,947 support level. Seems like the US market is not helping the Asian market, so it's like kind of weird for the Singapore market. So we're going to play by ear and see how low STI is going to be. So where is the hard landing? Hang Seng, I mentioned last week that it may breaks down the low to go for 13%. It did not, but it went for 10% instead, 11% rather. So you can see it went to 11.6% over here. And the reason why it's holding up here or holding at that low is because if we go back to 2011 over here, we have a support. So let's plot a support here, and then let's go to the time right now. So we have a support at this point at around 16,000, and we see some holding up action here. But during the intra week, there was some action to try to push the index back up, but it failed, especially when the chief John spoken about the policy going forward. The market was utterly disappointed. They didn't expect him to come out with something that's irrelevant to the market. But anyway, looking at the big picture, I do see some hope for the Hang Seng market or the Hong Kong market, as we have lower lows over here, and then we have lower highs. This is a descending wedge, and a sign for a change in trend, especially when you can break out above this upper trend line over here. And if I were to be able to see a breakout, then we can use this projection where Hang Seng might be able to rebound back towards this 17,817 level. So let's see whether this comes true. Now, wrapping up, let's take a look at what is going to happen next week. So next week, we are looking at a crucial week for the tech, like I mentioned. Okay, so let's go through this part at the right-hand side. So we have Alphabet coming up. So Tuesday announced result, and then 3M, General Electric, Lockheed Martin, Raiden. I think Lockheed Martin and Raiden, the result must be good given that the war is still going on. And then Halliburton, this is the oil and gas. Then Teradyne, which is very related to the semicon, because they provide the semicon testing equipment. So especially after US has blocked or sanctioned China on its tech, so what will happen? Then it's very important to look at Wednesday as well. Microsoft, hearsay, they just announced that they are going to retrench 1,000 position. And Meta, Boeing is one of the campaign stocks that affects the market. Then we have on Thursday, all eyes will be on Apple and Amazon, a very crucial night. We have McDonald's. I think McDonald's should be doing well. Then Intel, again, the semicon department or the semicon sectors where we are looking at, their results, how it's going to affect them going forward, especially with the sanction. Then on Friday, we have ExxonMobil and Chevron, which is going to affect the oil and gas sector. Next, what is going to help the Hang Seng to break up? We have the China data over here, as you can see. So China unemployment rate, the GDP, then we have export, import, trade balance. US, we have the manufacturing PMI. Right, if this is going down, probably the market is going to go up. And then we have the consumer confidence. And the projections of the interest rate is very important as well, especially FOMC is going to be early in November, 1st and 2nd November. So we're going to address this next week. Okay, so on Thursday, we have core durables, very important. GDP numbers, if it's going down, market may be happy. And then we have Friday core PCE. This is the inflation data. And if these numbers are going down, maybe the market has a chance to continue higher as we expected from the technical aspect. All right. So thank you for viewing this week's video. I will see you again next week. Goodbye.